Hello, everybody, and welcome to the New Flame Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew, and I'm going to be breaking down the some of the biggest MLB moments that we've seen so far in this short season. Only been around 5 or so days, and we've already had a lot, and I mean a lot of things going on. Starting on opening day, we only had 13 games instead of a normal 15. The Nationals and Mets game was postponed because the Nationals, for the second year in a row, have started the season with a mini COVID outbreak. And the Orioles and Red Sox game had been rained out, even though it wasn't even raining in Boston. They were just like, you know what? No, let's not play it. But, um, I am a Yankees fan, so I mean, most of what we will talk about here, not most, but a lot of what it will be is Yankees news and other things like that. Because I said it before, I can't watch every single game, so that's why I use other outside sources. I use MLB.com. I use this YouTube channel called Fuzzy that I talked about in the quiz video that I did. The link to his channel will be in the description below. But just there was so many great moments on opening day. Let's just go ahead and start with the Yankees one. I'm just gonna start on MLB.com and just go down. And I do have my second favorite team set as the Braves, so that is why they'll be second. But Blue Jays and Yankees, oh man, that game was tough. Like, it just angers me so much. Giancarlo Stanton went 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. Are you actually kidding me? And, like, honestly, what else do I expect? Honestly, like, I don't. The Yankees just make me so mad. Giancarlo Stanton needs to get traded. I know it's only been like 3 games, but still, Giancarlo Stanton, all he does is strike out. And then the rule to start with the runner on second base to start the extra innings. That's so dumb. I'm not even saying that as a salty Yankees fan. That rule is actually dumb. It honestly makes absolutely no sense as to why they would use it. Like, yeah, I understand you want to make the game shorter and all that, but like the whole point of extra innings is like, oh man, can they do it? It's not you practically because like every like I'm gonna say just on average, you get at least one base hit in an inning, like on average. And if that guy on second base has decent speed, or normally what you'll do is you'll use like your speed guy off the bench. Like, say it's in a close game, bottom of the 10th inning, and you got Billy Hamilton on your bench, you're gonna put him there. So so, but now with the what the Blue Jays did, they put Jonathan Davis, who was really fast on second base, and then Randall Gutschik got the double. So and then that's all he did. So like I said, on average, you get a base hit an inning. So you you almost given a run, and then on the off chance that like you don't score a run or you don't get a single like the Yankees did, it just makes you think like that rule is just so dumb. It makes sense as to why they do it, but they need to get rid of it. It was fine for 2020. They need to like limit the thing, and I get it. COVID is still a thing, and they still need to limit the chances. But the MLB is trying to have as close to, if not a completely normal season this year, and having that rule in effect just doesn't make it a normal season. It still alters the way the game is played. Because now you have a free runner on second base. And like, say your pitcher is up and you don't have any, and you, like, for some odd reason, you don't have a guy to pinch hit for him. Or something like that. The pitcher can just bunt him over. And then boom, if he's out of first, you still have 2 outs to score. And yes, I know the Yankees had plenty of chances in the eighth and ninth to score. But still, that rule to start extra innings with a runner on second base is just absolutely dumb. It makes no sense. Rob Manfred, please do yourself a favor and go ahead and get rid of that rule. It is so dumb. But Yankees lose 3-2. Nick Nelson, who looked really good in spring, just blew up. We didn't have Aroldis Chapman for the first 2 games because of the suspension of what happened last year with Mike Brasso, so we didn't have him. Justin Wilson is hurt. Zach Britton is hurt. So we had to rely on our lower level guys like Nick Nelson and other guys like that. So it makes me so mad that rule is still in effect. Moving on, Phillies, another extra inning game, but this time the home team gets the win here with the Braves topping the Phillies 3-2 with a Gene Segura walk-off single. There's the Phillies bullpen after being like, haha, it's bad, last year. It didn't play. It played actually pretty well today. Um, that on Thursday. Max Fried just did what he did last year: 5 runs, 2 runs. That's pretty much what he did all year last year. Nola had a strong start for the Phillies. Alvarado, Neris, and Bradley, and Alvarado really combined for the innings 4 out of the pen, and Neris for the Phillies there. But the first game, I guess they started at the same time, but the Tigers and Indians, Miguel Cabrera, I mean, what a guy. He hits the first home run of 2021, and it was in the snow. That one camera angle from behind the plate, like off to from the on deck circle. I that plays in my dreams over and over again. It's just such a beautiful shot of Miguel Cabrera hitting a home run. He didn't know that it was gone, so he slid into second base. Umpire says like, "Yo, it's a home run." It was like, "Oh," so he got up and he kept going. Shane Bieber, he gave up 2 runs, pitched like 6 innings. And that's a common trend. Like you've seen guys like Shane Bieber and Garrett Cole who are normally workhorses go 6, 7, 8 innings every day, every start. Only go like 5 and a third, 5 and 2/3 innings, just because they're trying to work him back into the rotation or like try and get him back in the swing of things. Another extra inning game, the Twins and Brewers. Brewers get the win 6-5. Not much to talk about here. I believe. Oh no, that was like the day after that. But Brendan Woodruff was knocked around for the Brewers. That bullpen locked it down. Hader didn't even have to use Devin Williams. So and for the Twins, it's Kenta Maeda. Like he had a good start, he just didn't go long enough. So it just, I think for the Twins this year, they're gonna have to rely on those 2, 3, 4 starters, and those and that bullpen, because that offense can score with anyone. But if their pitching can't hold up, and you're gonna score, if you're gonna score 5, 6 runs a game, and your pitching is also gonna give up 5, 6 runs a game, you better hope that you can steal a couple of wins, with J Happ and other guys like that. Next up, Pirates, worst team in baseball. They are going to have the worst record. It was between them, the Rangers, and the Rockies. But I watched the Rockies game, and I was like, I know they're not gonna play that well every single day. But still, they looked good. Like, I don't know, just something about that Rockies team. They're not gonna be good, but they're not gonna be like 50 wins or something like that. But one team that probably will be 50 wins is going to be the Pittsburgh Pirates. Yes, they won on opening day. Brian Hayes had a home run. Jacob Stallings, Adam Frazier, but you can't expect this ever. Pirates, and then the next day or Sunday on Easter, it happens that sorry for that, but Brian Hayes goes on the IL, and you're like, oh, well, at least it's only 10 days and not the 60-day IL, which is nice. But Pirates win, a strong pitching performance, and the Cubs he scored 3 runs on 2 hits. That is sad. But the Cubs this year are just going to have to rely on that core with Baez, Rizzo, Bryant, and then hope that the other guys like Jock Peterson, Ian Happ, and Wilson Contreras. Yes, you could consider Contreras in that cool, but after the down year of 2020, I'm not sure, but uh, Pirates win this one, and so the season 1-0. Hey, you'll take it if you're a Pirates fan. Next up, the Dodgers and Rockies. Yeah, so the Rockies scored 8 runs. That's never gonna happen again. But yeah, Cody Bellinger. So basically, what happened was, if you haven't seen it, and it's probably been explained so many ways, but what happens? He hits a home run, but Justin Turner doesn't know it's a home run. Turner is on his way, like he's past second. He goes back, touches second, and is on his way to first. Meanwhile, Bellinger's rounding the bases because he hit a home run and he knows it. But based on on how the rules are written, Turner is because Bellinger technically passed Turner. Bellinger is out. He gets a single, and Turner scores. So it turned into an RBI single off a home run for Cody Bellinger. But so that happened. So instead of getting 1 run, they only got instead of getting 2 runs, they only got one. And even then, Rockies bullpen, like outside of like they allowed a lot of like base runners. They didn't allow a lot of runs. That was a key for the Rockies all day, especially with Yermin Mercedes. Through like 3 innings, he allowed like 12 base runners, something like that. And so he only went like 3 innings. Yermin Mercedes was supposed to be their ace, but it was just and then the bullpen kind of let it go, but Daniel Bode came in, got to save. So Rocky starts the season 1-0. Another one of those teams. You're like, oh, they're bad. But next up, Padres and D-backs. This was closer than I thought. Madison Bumgarner did not have a good game, and honestly, as much as this pains me to say, because Madison Bumgarner was so good, even like 4 years ago, and now he's just not good. Madison Bumgarner just is not anymore. Mad Bum is gone, and that hurts. And yes, it's only one start, but in his few starts last year, he just looked abysmal as well. Um, he allowed like 5 runs, something like that. But but the D-backs offense looked fine. The only thing wrong with that team was the pitching, and Yu Darvish is a very streaky pitcher. He'll be on the verge of like being like a good pitch, average, and then he'll just go on a tear. Like 2 months where he's only gonna allow a total of like 5 runs through like 10 starts. Not even like 3 runs through 10 starts, and he'll just go on those tears, and you're like, oh, that'll put him in Cy Young contention. But D-backs got that 6-run fifth inning, and then they just blew in the 6th and 7th inning. So D-backs aren't going to contend that much in the NL West, but hey, maybe. Next up, Cardinals and Reds. Cardinals. A lot of stuff happened later on in the series, but starting Paul Goldschmidt went 4 for 5. Arenado had a good game. Dylan Carlson hit a home run. Luis Castillo did not look sharp at all, but someone in my fantasy league dropped him, and hey, I'm just saying, Luis Castillo is really good, so I gotta put in that waiver claim for him. My team is already really good. If you want me to go over my fantasy team, maybe not, but stuff. If you want us to talk about fantasy baseball, go ahead and let us know. And I'll probably do it anyway, but it doesn't really matter. Paul Goldschmidt, like I said, 4 for 5. Great game for him. Edmund, 1 for 5. So really the standout star for them was Paul Goldschmidt with even though he only had 1 RBI. Who had all the RBIs for them? Dylan Carlson with 3. I almost said Paul O'Neill, but name Tyler O'Neill. Yep, that's right. Tyler O'Neill got 2 RBIs. So, and the Cardinals, if they can have their young outfielders Carlson, Bader, and O'Neill step up to the plate and really, prove themselves, I think the Cardinals will be the easy winners in that division. You got a strong bullpen with Andrew Miller, Giovanni Gallegos, Jordan Hicks is coming back. And then that rotation, it isn't the best. You got Jack Flaherty. You got, I think Michael is still with the team. But you got other guys there, who are definitely solid. Nothing outside of Flaherty. You don't have like that a second ace, but I mean, that offense, I think, will be able to keep with anyone. And, the Reds just faltered, especially Luis Castillo. They scored 6 runs, but Luis Castillo just messed up. Next game, plenty of offense here, 24 runs. Royals, Rangers. It was a mess out there in Kansas City. And Royals fans, you may be thinking, oh, we have a great offense. I mean, you played the Rangers, who had Kyle Gibson as their starter, so not the greatest, definitely not the greatest stuff going on there, I mean, that Royals offense is really good. I think you got Merrifield, Benintendi, Carlos Santana, Salvador Perez, Jorge Soler, Hunter Dozier, Alberto Mondesi. You got Michael Taylor, who's not great at offense, who's not a great hitter, but you know, you got Nicky Lopez, who's a young second baseman who can develop a little bit. So, and so I like that offense. I don't really like the pitching that much. I mean, they allowed 10 runs, so I'm just lucky that they were playing the Rangers. But next up we got the Rays and Marlins. Both of these teams who as of late have been getting rid of all their bigger guys. With the Rays, Charlie Morton and Blake Snell, and the Marlins, trading Stan, Ozuna, Yelich, Real Muto, and all that. But uh, Battle of Florida. Rays winning 1-0 off of Austin Meadows home run. Tyler Glasnow looked really good. Did not. I don't think he gave up a single walk, which has always been his problem. Yeah, no, not a single walk for Tyler Glasnow, and that's been his problem throughout his career. He just has had a major walk issue, and so not giving up a home run or not giving up a walk to that team, and really just relying on his stuff, his fastball and his changeup to just get him through, just is a real shot, real shot of confidence for him and that team. So I think I said it before that the Rays were gonna be not great. They're gonna be better than I originally thought. They could have won around 80 to 85 games. I originally had them winning around 75, but that this Rays team is not as bad as everyone thinks. White Sox and Angels. This might have been one of the best series that we've had. Game one, Angels won it 4-3. Rice Iglesias has looked really good for the Angels so far, and you know, and you look at this Angels team, and you like if they can get good, and if they can get consistent good starts from Dylan Bundy, Andrew Heaney, and that bullpen can be, and Jose Quintana too. If they can get decent startings from them, I think Raisel Iglesias will be in, as long as they have a lead heading into the ninth inning. I don't think Raisel Iglesias will blow too many saves. I really like Raisel Iglesias. They have Jose Iglesias and Raisel Iglesias. That's confusing. But Otani didn't do much in his first game. Fletcher, Trout, Rendon, Upton, Pujols, Iglesias, Stassi, and Fowler. I really like that Angels lineup, especially. I mean, obviously Trout, Rendon, Fletcher, Otani. But even guys like Max Stassi, who absolutely demolishes left-handed pitching. That's actually this lineup ain't so bad, and to beat it and to come out and beat a team like the White Sox just shows a lot about this team, and they've beat them I think twice as well, so twice more after this. So Angels, be on the lookout. But another AL West team, the Houston Astros, demolished the Athletics. I don't want to really talk about the game. Besides Carlos Correa got hit, would not be surprised if one of these guys leads the league in hit by pitches this year. But also, um, uh, Mr. What's his name? Jose Altuve got booed. I love to see it. I just absolutely love to see it. It's fantastic. Jose Altuve got booed. It's amazing. Next up, Mariners and Giants. Mariners went off a walk-off walk. You love to see it. Mariners got 6 runs in the eighth inning. That really just fueled that win. And they got lucky. The Mariners, you got lucky. Kyle Lewis is starting the year on IL, but you still got Taylor. Yeah, Tyler Trammell, right? Yeah, Taylor Trammell, yeah. You got Taylor Trammell, you got Haniger, you got let's see, you got Fraley who hit the walk off. You got the walk off. You got Dylan Moore who can play the outfield. So Mariners, you'll be fine without Kyle Lewis. But continuing on to the next day, Trey Mancini is back. He got a hit in his first game in on Friday, April 2nd, and Red Sox fans welcomed him with like open arms. So, and that's just amazing. I mean, Trey Mancini went through so much last year, like most people did, and but he went through even more, getting diagnosed with colon cancer. So he comes back. He gets a hit in his first game back. So Orioles, if they can get solid production from him, Mountcastle, Santander, Rio Ruiz, Renato Nunez, and other guys like that, they'll be a solid team. Are they going to be a playoff contender? Absolutely not. But do I think they'll win 60 games? No, they'll probably win around 75. Next up, unlike the game, actually, we'll just skip. We'll only talk about some important games. But Trevor Bauer, in his debut with the Dodgers, gets a six, goes like through 6 1/3 innings, hitless, and then gives it up. Ends ends with a not so great stat line. Like, let's see. Dodgers, we go over here. Yeah, Bauer finished with 4 earned runs through 6 1/3, but through six he was hitless. So I mean, Bauer just. I think with Bauer, once the wheels start coming off, they all come off. I think with Bauer, if you spot the signs early that he doesn't have it that day, or he's starting to lose it, you gotta pull him out of the game if you Dave Roberts. So I think that's a big thing with Trevor Bauer. Next up, White Sox, fueled by Jose Abreu's grand slam. Uh, just really fantastic start from Michael Cope. Appearance from Michael Kopech. Did he start? No, he did not. He came out of the pen, but went 2 innings, very solid, 3 strikeouts. And for a former top prospect and who's just been derailed by injuries, you're hoping that he can come back and be a useful part of that team, whether it's like through the bullpen, whether it's starting, whatever it is. I think he's going to want to prove himself to be a part of that team. And another guy that I want to talk about for the Chicago White Sox, Yermin Mercedes, started his career 8 for 8. One of the best starts to a season ever for a rookie. And I mean, that's just absolutely fantastic. He got AL Player of the Week, not just Rookie of the Week, but AL Player of the Week. So Yermin Mercedes, look out for him on fantasy. I might have to pick him up, maybe. I don't know. But next, Houston starts the season 2-0. Gosh dang it! But it's gonna be power from Bregman and also Yuli Gurriel. Yordan Alvarez is back, so that's just amazing. Yordan Alvarez was so good in 2019. One of the few Astros I actually like. He's actually on my fantasy team. I just really like him. He didn't take part in any cheating, as far as we know, and so he's welcome on my fantasy team. Yeah. Next up, Blake Snell looked pretty good in his Padres debut, going 4 2/3, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, no earned runs. But did not get the win because he did not go 5 innings, which is unfortunate. But it is what it is. Padres won it 4-2. Continuing on to Saturday, Yankees get the first win of this season. Let's go off of the back of Corey Kluber, who didn't do amazing. Also wasn't horrible. Gary Sanchez started the season with 2 home runs in the first 2 games. You love to see it. Continuing on, Red Sox. Red Sox fall to 0-2. Orioles. Are the Orioles actually winning the division? They might be. I think the Orioles might actually be winning. That's kind of sad. But Miguel Franco has been on fire. So if you're another guy to looking for on fantasy, I might have to pick him up. Maybe if you're in a deeper league, like 10, 12 guys. Yermin Mercedes and Michael Franco, if they haven't been picked up, I'd definitely go ahead and do that if I were you. Continuing on, Royals, another just strong outing, 11 runs for them, but yet again, you're playing the Rangers. Mike Fultonavich pitched, I believe, for them. So, Cubs get the first win. I mean, Astros just absolutely demolished the Athletics this series 3-0. Reds win 9-6. And something that happened in this game, so Nick Castellanos, I believe he got hit by a pitch. He made it all the way around and scored, and he kind of like went through the catcher. And so anyway, he like flexed on Yadier Molina. He was like, take that, haha, haha, I scored and all that. And so then bench is cleared, which is like not good. You never like to see that. So they cleared. They got all situated, and I'm not sure what exactly happened. Um, not exactly sure what happened there. I'm not like sure if like he got suspended or anything like that. Marlins pick up their first win of the season, but Twins and Brewers, both of these pitchers, Jose Barrios and Corbin Burns, had no hit bids going through the sixth inning. Um, and like if Jose Barrios can finally break out into that Cy Young form that all Twins fans think that he can, you got Kenta Maeda, Jose Barrios, and then boom, just like that. That's like you can win 2 out of 5 games. And then if you get solid outings from J Happ and guys like that, you'll be fine. Your bullpen is really good. You got Taylor Rogers, you got Alex Colomé in there. So Twins, we think of the Brewers having one of the best bullpens, but Twins bullpen is underrated in my opinion. It's not amazing, but it's underrated. We'll go with that. Zach McKinstry for the Dodgers hits an inside the park home run first one of the season. You love to see it. Just fantastic. Their Padres win 7-0. Joe Musgrove was really good, and for the guy who's been on the Pirates for all of his career, he's always been overlooked, but he is really good. Joe Musgrove is. So if they can get solid outings from him, you have Darvish, Snell, Musgrove as your 1-2-3 punch. That's scary. And then just next year you get Mike Clevenger back. Don't forget about him. Like before the season, like I just forgot about Mike Clevenger. Oh my, that's gonna be the best rotation in baseball. I don't care. I don't care if Garrett Cole and Jacob DeGrom are on the same team next year. The Padres will have the best rotation next year. Angels get another win. Start the season 2-1. Yermin Mercedes again. This was it. I think it was Sunday's game that was pretty wild in that series. Yeah, Mariners, Mets, Nationals postponed. Continuing on, Blue Jays win 3-0 on Sunday. Not a great Easter present for the Yankees there, but Bo Bichette gets his 100th career hit. Hey, that happened. But it wasn't. It was more the same. Domingo Germán just giving up home runs left and right. Dude, why did we give him a roster spot over Davey Garcia? Will forever confuse me, but it is what it is. Orioles drop 11 on the Red Sox. Hey, Red Sox. Oh, what's going on, my mens? I mean, hey, I'll gladly take you guys being bad again, but hey, you gotta step up. You're on 3 now at this point. But Akil Baddoo, I believe is his name. Akil Baddoo. Yeah, Akil Baddoo. On his first pitch that he sees in his MLB career, goes, yeah, hits a home run. I mean, like that's just cool to me. Like the first pitch you see, you go yard. Like that's insane. Like that is everyone's dream. Outside, like hitting a walk off in Game 7 of the World Series, home run on your first pitch of your MLB career is everyone's dream. I feel like, and Akil Baddoo was able to complete it. So that's amazing. And now just a complete opposite of what happened on Thursday. On Sunday, Reds beat the Cardinals 12-1. Rangers get their first win of the season yesterday on Sunday. Continuing on, Dodgers start 3-1. Astros start 4-0. No, don't like that. Padres finally get on the loss column. And you have Chris Paddock. Oh my, Padres just chill. Just think, would Clevenger be your 3 starter? is Mike Clevenger actually your number 3 starter? Well, I'd have to assume that Darvish, like chills out a little bit. So I'd probably do next year probably Snell, Clevenger, Darvish, blanking on name, Musgrove, Paddock. Paddock, I think can be good. He just relies too heavily on 2 pitches, and he isn't Tyler Glasnow, so he can't get away with it. But continuing on, Angels finally win. Oh yeah, this was a game that was insane. Angels Shohei Ohtani starts and bats second for the first time since 1903. It was absolutely insane. Raisel Iglesias gets the win. But Jared Walsh hit 2 clutch home runs, including 1 game tying and 1 game winning in the bottom of the ninth. Shohei Ohtani hit a home run. Just this game was absolutely wild, and the White Sox. I mean, you're gonna have to rely. You're gonna have to it might be a little bit of a mess here. Um, I feel like the White Sox they're gonna have to not they're gonna have to beat the they're gonna have to beat the bad teams, beat the average teams, and beat some good teams. I feel like if you can't do that, then you're in trouble. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, but I feel like the White Sox, you can't be losing games to the Angels. Yes, I know I like the Angels this year, but White Sox, come on, you start this season 1-3. Come on now, that's not good. Games going on right now. We got 2. It is currently 5:46 p.m. Eastern time on Monday, April 5th. Probably seeing this sometime on Tuesday. But Vlad Jr. got an RBI single for the Rangers, for the Blue Jays, over the Rangers. 4-1, top of the 6th right now. Nate Lau has suddenly been good. So another guy that maybe you need some help on fantasy. Maybe that's your guy there. And then Royals are up 2-0 over the Indians. Whit Merrifield hit his first home run of the season, I believe. So that's fun. I really like Whit Merrifield. He's just one of those guys who can. Oh yeah, he actually has 3 home runs. Well, prove me wrong, my guy. But I really like Whit Merrifield. I feel like he can play. He can play 2, 3, 4 different positions. He's a great contact hitter, but he's got sneaky power. But yeah, that'll really do it for the MLB section. And I was not expecting this. I was not expecting to talk about this, but Sam Darnold. I hate to just no transition there, but Sam Darnold has been traded to the Carolina Panthers. This is insane. If I really try, hopefully I can get 2 videos out tonight. Probably won't, but it is what it is. But Sam Darnold to the Carolina Panthers, and so this basically now proves and just clinches the fact that the Jets will be taking a quarterback at number 2. So whether that's Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, no way it's Mac Jones, but I'm just going to throw it out there. And also no way it's Trevor Lawrence, but I'm just going to throw it out there, Trevor Lawrence. But he gets traded to the Carolina Panthers, and so now I feel so bad for Teddy Bridgewater, man. He was supposed to be so good coming out of college. That one injury ruined his career, and people think of him as some ancient relic. He's like 28. Like, he's not even 30 yet. People are like, oh yeah, Bridgewater's old, yeah. But so anyway, Sam Darnold traded to the Carolina Panthers for 3 picks. So the 2021 sixth, a second and 4th round picks in 2022. So I guess the Panthers are banking that they'll be good next year with that young team, and they're also hoping that Sam Darnold can really just turn this team around. And so whether Darnold's going to be the starter week 1, whether that's going to be Bridgewater going to be the starter, who really knows? Maybe they take a quarterback at 8. I mean, I doubt it after making this move. And I feel like you kind of overpaid a little bit for him, for Sam Darnold, but I feel like this is like one of those guys that you've been, like maybe they've been looking at. They're like, this guy can be fixed because obviously like he hasn't been great in his career, but Sam Darnold, I think honestly can be fixed in playing, and here's the thing: he hasn't had good weapons in New York. The best one he's probably had is Robbie Anderson, and now he just gets him back in Carolina. So you pair him up with DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey, not Curtis Samuel, but uh, DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey, get him behind a decent offensive line, and then maybe just maybe you could trade up with maybe like the Falcons to number 4 and try to get Kyle Pitts at tight end. I think he would fit really well into that scheme there in Carolina, but so now the Panthers they're not gonna take a quarterback at number 8. They could try to trade up, with a team, and try to get, like number 4 overall. I don't think the 49ers would be willing to give up that pick, and I think the only team that would be the Atlanta Falcons at number 4. So I think right now the Panthers are trying to trade up to get Kyle Pitts because 1, 2, and 3 are most likely going to take a quarterback. So 1 and 2 are locked with quarterbacks, and now number 3 is probably going to be a quarterback. There's no reason you would trade up 9 spots to not take a quarterback. So I think now the Panthers are in an interesting situation where they feel like they've got quarterback figured out, and now they can, build up that offensive line. Maybe they want to, maybe Rashawn Slater or Penei Sewell falls to them. If, when the Bengals take one, they get the other, beef up that offensive line more. Or maybe they could even, maybe if both get taken, they could trade down a little bit and get Elijah Vera Tucker or someone like that. So now the Panthers, they got their defense set. Maybe they need like 1 or 2 more. They probably do need 1 or 2 more corners. You got Hassan Reddick, you got Denzel Perryman at linebacker. You just 1 or 2 more pieces away on defense, and then maybe like 3 or 4 more pieces away on offense from being a high caliber team. And with an NFC South that Falcons are they're gonna be good, but you just never know with how inconsistent they can be. Buccaneers, give it 2 years, might not be good because Brady will most likely be gone. Saints, you don't know how you're gonna do with Jameis or Taysom Hill. So now the Panthers, they've put themselves in a prime spot to really make a shot at a division crown. Maybe not this year because Buccaneers still have Tom Brady, but maybe next year, even the year after that. And I really like the Panthers. I really like what they're trying to do there. So yeah, that trade came out of nowhere. I was just sitting on my couch. I was looking at stuff, and I was finishing up something that I needed to finish up from school, and that trade came in, and I was like, wow. That was my reaction. I was like, it was insane. I did not expect it. So, uh, Sam Darnold to the Carolina Panthers for a 2021 sixth round pick and a 2022 second and a 2022 fourth round pick. Um, Absolute wildness going on. And some guys that are still unsigned, Davion Clowney, Richard Sherman, Alex Smith are still remain unsigned. So, maybe they'll sign in the next week or so. But I really hope you guys like these 2 episodes this week. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what we're doing around here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you next week. Actually, we might not. I'm not sure. We're all going on some sort of spring break, as it's our spring break for school. So I'm not sure if we'll have an episode next week, but if not, peace.